everybody, it's JP the Barber. My government name is Jared Powell, and for years you've seen me, but you haven't seen all of me. You know, I started being a barber when I was in California, San Diego, California to be exact. But let's take it back. It actually started back when I was growing up in Maryland. Stay tuned. JP coming at you. And they all Well, it actually started for me when I was in 6th grade. I got a haircut. My grandmother used to take me to this lady. She cut real good. And I got the haircut I wanted, but I wanted something extra and I wanted a part. So I didn't have a pair of clippers. I had some shears. And well, actually my grandfather did. I found a pair of scissors. And I cut the part right along here. But it wasn't deep enough, so instead of cutting it the long way, I turned it on this side and I gave myself a bald spot right there. And I, punishment, had to wear that bald spot for the next 2 days until my grandmother went ahead and took me back to that same barber, and she made a miracle happen because you couldn't tell and the cut was still fresh. Fast forward now, some 12 years later, I still messed around with being a barber by, you know, giving people lineups, trying to line myself up. I met my girlfriend, now wife, and she looked at me as I was getting myself together. One day she's like, you know, you should go ahead and think about being a barber. And I didn't pay no attention to it until months later. The next thing I know, I was in barber school and I went through it. You know, the struggle on that was I had a family support, you know, 4 kids. So I literally went to school, worked at night, and hardly had any time. But hey, it paid off. 2 years later, I became a licensed barber. And now, it's nice, but at the same time, it's a struggle. The struggle is maintaining and being consistent. Maintaining consistency, that's the struggle to me. Now, the thing about being a barber isn't the money, it isn't the fame, it isn't the fortune, it's the relationships. The key to being a good barber is building strong relationships with your clients, with your customers, with your fellow barbers. All right. One rule of thumb I have is we all start at the same, being that everybody in the world has the same start point, have one thing in common. Everybody starts at 0. Now what you do between 0 and where you're at now in between, that determines where you're gonna go. So remember that. We all started at one point. Now where you take it to, how you follow your direction, what are you listening to, that dictates the direction you're going to go. So remember that, and you're in barbering, when being a barber. If you're an alcoholic barber, if you're an alcoholic before that, you're gonna be an alcoholic barber. If you're a druggie before that, you're gonna be a druggie barber. But if you stay consistent, you stay professional, keep a work ethic, something that a lot of barbers are missing, work ethic. If you keep a work ethic, you will make a lot of money and you will be successful. But if you have no work ethic, you're not gonna make no money. Simple as that. So remember that. Work ethic, build relationships, be a professional. Be a professional. Don't treat it as a hustle. Don't manipulate, trust. And the 4th thing, I can't stress it enough, trust the process. It's gonna be a struggle at first. Trust the process. The owner, where I'm at now, he has one thing he told me, I'll never forget it. He said, enjoy your vacation. Because I was, at this point, I was a little bit disappointed because I wasn't making the money like everybody else around me was. He said, that's good. I was like, look at him like, you crazy? He said, enjoy your vacation. Because once it's gone, it ain't coming back. He looked at me with a straight face. Once it's gone, and what he meant was, once the word gets out about you, once people see your cuts, once they get comfortable with you, your vacation is gone. Within 4 months, I couldn't sit down on a weekend. Within 4 months, from Thursday to Sunday, I was on my feet from the time I walked in the shop to the time I left. And he said, I told you it was gonna happen. And man was wise. I wasn't. So trust the process. It's gonna be long, it's gonna be arduous, but it works. Trust it. Oh yeah, this is JP, and I approve this message.